What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. I have a special guest, singer, but he not gonna sing. Actor, actor.
Oh.
All right, you probably seen him on Aconnectiontv, so he have done some work there. And also you live here in Dallas.
Correct.
So I don't know if you are a socialite.
Not really.
So you're not a socialite.
Not here.
Not here, because I went out to Marty's, went out to the club, I went out to all these things, and I never seen you before.
Yeah.
I
only
recently
go out
just
with
came
my,
out.
with like some friends coming to town.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
So, and you're from Florida.
Correct. Orlando,
Florida.
Cocoa.
So how do Orlando, Florida compare to that scene compared to Dallas? Because Dallas, I gotta say this, they're a little bit not current when it comes to the music.
Really?
Because some of the music that they listen to, like, I'm gonna be clear with y'all. I know you probably love Boosie, but I'm not a Boosie fan. I didn't know nothing about Boosie till I moved to Dallas. I'm like, who is
Where
this?
were you
I'm from
at?
Chicago.
Y'all
And
never heard of
they,
Boosie in Chicago?
and they don't play Boosie. I've never heard a Boosie record in Chicago. But in the South, Boosie is like the king in the South.
No, you ain't gonna say the king.
Not king, but
you know, we listen
in
to
urban,
him.
y'all
listen
listen to Boosie.
Yeah.
And so, but I love it. But the thing about, I'm about to get real freaky, and I want you to answer this. Maybe it'd be different if you answer it. Well, I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
And when I got here, the gays love they ass ate in Dallas. Is that, did you found it? They love their ass ate here. It was so shocking to me because when I was in Chicago, I never ate nobody ass.
Mhm.
Never thought about playing with their ass.
Mhm.
When I got here, everybody want their ass ate. Do you get that a lot here in Dallas?
We just gonna jump out the gate with.
We just go
with
jump out the
that
gate.
one.
Do everybody like?
I mean, I'm not searching.
Okay.
For the best ass eater, you know. Or
But do you like to get your ass ate?
See, that's another question for another time.
You do. I'm just being honest with you. With me, I love to give it. It doesn't anything with me if you put your tongue in my ass or something like that. I love to give it. I love to put my fingers up there, put my tongue up there. I love to give that pleasure, but it doesn't do nothing to receive it. I just now got into like sucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't used to know how to do that. Because when I got high, one particular time, you get the cotton mouth. I didn't know back then you get cotton mouth. And so my former friend, co-worker at the time, we came back to my apartment. We were smoking, getting high, some weed, because, you know, you got to be making plain now. And he put out his dick, nice dick, and I bit his dick like a hot dog. Because I was hungry. I had the munchies. I was really, really hungry. He said, "Oh shit, it's a dick." And I was like, I was high. I was in my 20s. And so when I got high, I was eating it like it was a hot dog because I was hungry. So have you ever had that experience?
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Okay, you're more so like a private freak.
Very much so.
You're not like a public freak.
I'm not.
And I like that about you, because even when I look at you on Jack, it's different type of people. You get the public freaks. Send me your dick pic. Send me your ass pic. You're not that type of person.
No.
And you're not even gonna. You would block a person if they just randomly send you like ass pic or dick pic.
All right.
You would block them. Mm-hmm. And I got that vibe from you because I'm like, this guy. Like, you want to come on the show? Yeah, I'll come on. Very low key. You're not desperate for attention.
No, you're not supposed to be.
You're not supposed, but a lot of girls are desperate.
For me, I'm not desperate for no attention.
Right, because you get the attention.
I ain't gonna say I get the attention, but you know, when you put a vibe out, a vibe returns to you. Okay. So, you know, that's what
I gotta ask you, and I know you don't want to talk about it, but how was it working with Aconnectiontv with Wes?
I mean, that's my friend.
That was your friend?
That is my friend. That
is your friend. So how is it was working with him and working with those creators at that time? Was it a great experience?
It was a wonderful experience. I mean, you get out your shell, you get to talk about different topics of the world, you know, or in the gay community, or however the case may be. But it was a good time.
Because I look at you, when you said you worked with him, I said that's great because you're mature. Because this content, y'all have to offer y'all opinion, and it's not too ratchet.
Right.
And I love that about you.
But we can get ratchet.
You can get ratchet. Now,
yeah.
I gotta ask you, considering are you single?
Yes.
Are you openly gay?
Yes.
Okay. Why are you single?
Because I motherfucking want to be. Let me stop.
Okay,
no. But to be honest, yeah, because I want to be. I've been single going on like 6-7 years.
Wow, for that long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you wasn't a playboy. You wasn't a cheater.
I'm not a cheater, and I'm not a playboy.
So why wait? Why are you holding yourself?
I mean, I like my me time. I want my, I'm on my little self journey kind of situation.
Yeah, because I think like when you're in relationships in the gay community, I don't like, and I may be wrong, I don't like clinginess. Like I like to have my own place to myself. If I ever was in a relationship, I want you to have your own spot. I have my own spot. I don't know if I can really live with a man like 24/7. Because I like.
Now, I'm not gonna say that.
I'm just not that type of person. I like to have my own.
Where I'm not ready to be thinking about another person.
Okay.
Like I don't want to worry about what you gonna eat, what we gonna do or whatever. I can worry about myself.
Now, when we had this ice storm in Texas, only thing is I was like, damn, I would have loved to have somebody to cuddle with, during this ice storm, because we couldn't go nowhere.
You got no blankets?
I got blankets and pillows, but you want to fuck, you can't fuck a pillow unless you get like a toy. So during that time, like the winter time, that's when you get horny. Like you want somebody to, some type of shit, that's the only time. But when the weather is, I don't think about it. But when I think about it, when it's like shit like this type of weather, that's what you would love to have a companion. But having that choice of being single, do you still have fun? Are you still celibate?
That's part of
being having fun.
That's part of being the single life. You
still have fun.
You do what you do.
Exactly. Now I gotta be real with you. Are you verse or top or bottom? Probably verse. Probably verse.
Yes.
You get verse by.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't we pick it up on my radio?
I've interviewed a lot of people, but I would tell you, when I first started in the gay scene, when I was 18, 19 years old, I didn't even know how to douche. I didn't know. So I used to go to the store and get these 50-cent juice bottles, and I would pour out the juice and squirt water on my ass. I didn't know anything about any of that thing, but I couldn't really take dick like that. And I'm like, oh, this ain't for me. So let me just go and just be a strict top, because again, and that was like when I was in my 20s. So I never did that. But I love to like talk to people that is verse, that go both ways, because you get the best of both ways. You get your ass tampered with, you get to slang that dick. That's what Tank said. He said, get your ass tampered with no utensils.
I like Tank.
I like Tank too. Tank. And Tank came to Dallas.
You seen him?
And I came in Kurt Meyer's book, Tank. I don't know if you in Dallas on that time, but he came there. He did his stuff. He grinded on stage, showed his body and everything. I appreciate that. And he make good motherfucking money. But I want to ask you, when you would you date? Because in the gay scene, it's a such thing called no fat, no femmes, no uglies, and all of that. Would you date somebody that is obese? Or do you have a certain type? And if so, what is your type?
What is my type? I mean, I don't really have a type, to be honest.
Really?
Like I like people that like me, and if we vibe, we vibe. And if we go there,
it's a vibe.
Exactly. So it is what it is. So I am single. A little ready to mingle kind of situation.
Yes. They said he looks uncomfortable. First and foremost,
I look on the way.
Somebody said he looks uncomfortable. But I want to ask you, and you get really, really comfortable, because I've been doing this for a long period of time. I just got to ask you, when you are in the gay scene in the club, have you ever fucked in the restroom, get your dick sucked in a stall or something? Have you ever been that type of freaky?
I'm not that public a freak.
Okay. You're a private freak.
Yeah. I'm a freak in the sheets, and a gentleman in the street.
And let me tell you something. Because at first I didn't think he was real, because he was like so like cool, like I was like, I want to do this show. You said sorry. I thought he was going to jump at the opportunity. It took me a while to get him on the show. I want to ask you, because we had a previous conversation about monetizing off your looks.
Right. Okay.
And a lot of the girls now is on OnlyFans, and that's something I don't think you would do because you don't give me that vibe. But how would you like to monetize off your looks? I've seen so many people that's on social media, podcasts, they're on TikTok. I just interviewed a sexy couple that they get a lot of views off of pretty much off the dance, but shit, they got a nice body, they're attractive. So how do you get into the whole monetizing off your looks? I don't even know if you on TikTok, and if so, do you even? You don't even.
I mean, I'm on TikTok, but I don't monetize off my looks. I don't. I'm not that type of person. For what, I don't even know how. I don't even know how to monetize off my looks, but you know, whoever each is on, you know,
like Instagram. So you don't post like thirst traps on Instagram.
I just post regular video. I'm a regular human being. You know what I'm saying? That's all I give.
Oh my God. Because, you know, you got girls that, you know, you got the Brandon Carson, you got all of these girls, Rico Pruitt, and just names people that you may know. They post thirst traps. You know what I'm saying? They post like, they post like ass play, they post thirst traps. You know, you got Sharad from Atlanta. That's what they do. But you don't necessarily do that. But I think like you're probably like an introvert. At times, as an introvert. If you was with me as a student, we will monetize them looks. You would be on a podcast, underwear line. You would be on flyers, like because I've always tell people if you look good, you should monetize them looks. Like for real. So when it comes to social media,
you can't. If people monetize off their looks, God help you know.
Because if Beyonce was butt ugly, you wouldn't support her.
That is not true.
Oh, so if she was butt ugly, you would support her?
Because
if she looked at like Kaya got a gift, but she ain't all that attractive.
Because her attitude make her not attractive.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Okay.
But
but go ahead.
That's it. But whoever monetizes, they do what they do. That's not my thing. That's their thing.
Okay.
Whatever make the money come into their bank account. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I gotta ask you because a lot of people want to know: have you ever been with a female before?
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
I don't know.
If it was like Rihanna or Beyonce or Lauren, like people like badass bitches, like would you be down for it? Not no Dusty. Would you do it again? Because I've always asked that. Because I don't understand, and this might be offensive to some, but when gay men say, I don't like women, I'm attracted to women. Even when I watch porn, I love to see a woman's body. Always been intimate with women. Mm-hmm. So, and it's a whole, regardless. But I want to ask you, if you had the opportunity, because you are a Beyonce fan, either would you pay your rent or you gonna buy that motherfucking Beyonce ticket because her new concert is coming out. And I saw the prices and people was like, I ain't paying my rent, I'm going to the concert. Are you one of those type of stands? Like, will sacrifice your rent to go to her concert to watch her perform?
Well, I'm not a Beyonce stan.
You're a fan.
I like her.
Okay. So you're not a stan.
I'm not a stan like that. But no, I would not go see her.
No, I think I like Beyonce. I think she's a thief.
What you mean a thief?
I think that she steals ideas from other artists and she uses it on, and she don't write none of her records. So what does she do? You'll write a song, and then she'll buy the rights and put her name on it and say, "Oh, I wrote this song." You didn't write it. You paid for the record. That's what she do. She don't write none of her songs like that. She have writers, and then she'll put her name or say, "I'm a co-writer," or this or that. That's what she do. I think that she is a thief. And that's just in my humble opinion. I like her.
But you just said co-writer though, so she co-writes.
I don't think she necessarily co-write the song. I just think she just put her name on there to pretend like she is a writer. I just think so. And I know a lot of y'all from the Beehive will get mad at me, but that's just in my humble opinion. But I have to ask you this, and this is a good question that I ask a lot of people that come on my show. When you look at the whole T.S. Madison, I don't know. Do you know who she is? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like T.S. Madison, for being a trans woman, do you think that she should be talking about her dick?
That's what brought her money.
Okay. But does that make her look bad?
You can't make nobody
talking about your dick when you're supposed to have a coochie
for living their truth.
Okay.
If that was part of her past and part of her truth, let her live it. Is she gonna embrace it or not? Like, you know what I mean? Get in front of it before everybody else do. That's what everybody, that's what they say.
I think I agree with you on that. And I gotta ask you this question because I have straight friends. Mm-hmm. I just had Don on my show, him and his wife. And it's a thing that people say gay men can't be friends with a straight man because they're going to try to turn that straight man out. Do you agree with that?
No. I have a lot of straight friends.
Yeah. And I have straight friends. And I'm like, no, I like who I like. And I would never try to turn a gay man out. Now, did I ever have sex with a gay down low preacher? Oh, yes, I did. Brian Radcliffe. He was a preacher. And he was writing his sermon out and I was sucking his dick. So, and his gay father was a pastor and I went in the room, we fucked and I could smell the scent of his wife, like in the sheets and everything. So I was very active. At one point, I used to love DL married men. That just made me so attractive. And I would say, oh, I fuck you better than your wife. I make you come better than your wife and all of those type of things. Why
was that? Why was
it was just a fantasy. And it was a great fantasy. And so then after that, he was a preacher and it was just everything. Yeah. And so when I talk about it, he said, damn, Wiley, you love married men. It's just something, a lot of women, once you become married, you attract more people to come. And when you say your relationship,
was it in his church office?
No, it wasn't in church. It was in his home. Like I wasn't doing it in his church office.
But you did it at the house.
It was in his house. Like I see the pictures, his wife pictures and everything. It was in his bed. It was really nice. I was in my early 20s and I did it. I don't regret it. His name was Brian Radcliffe, and I'm not gonna. He deleted his Facebook because y'all tracked him down. He had a nice body, and I met.
You told him that this man's name.
And yeah, I meant that name. He was my first. That was like the first guy I let fuck me, and I met him when he served in the military, and I met him on Facebook, and he said, "You want me?" And I said, "Hell yes, I want you." And anything he needed, if he needed money, anything, because he was attractive, I was so under his control. And I don't talk about young people that get in bad relationships because I understand it's lust. But once I've got mature and I got older and I saw him again, I'm like, damn, my dick is bigger. You're not all that hot. You got the beer belly now. The fantasy is gone, but it was at one particular point that he controlled everything about me. Anything he needed, I would do it. Pay his bills. I remember I got a credit card in my name so he could use the credit card.
But did you feel used?
I did feel used, but I didn't know at the time. I just wanted to be in his presence. I thought we were in love, but it was lust. I thought we was in love. And so I don't get mad at black women when they get these niggas and they fuck up their credit and they get evicted or they use their food stamp card, fuck up their credit or anything like that, because I was once there, because lust is a bitch. And you have to be careful with lust, because some people, they know you really lust enough that they can use that to manipulate you, especially when you're younger. And at that time, I didn't understand that I was being manipulated. He was a little older than me, and I was like, okay, I understand and I get it. Okay, now I got to ask you, when it comes to, I don't know if you, because you live here in Texas, and you see the shit that goes on here. Do you feel like that Dallas, I don't know, have you been to Houston? Is Houston more lit than Dallas if you have to compare the two scenes?
I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say because yes. I've everybody that comes that from out of town, I'm coming to Houston. Houston's more lit, and so I've never been. I'm like, damn, it must be more lit because like everybody that I know, they move into Houston, and so now when I go to Dallas, I get it. I understand that we're not as aggressive as Houston is.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Dallas is popping.
Yes, but Houston is more like
Houston. It's another
level.
Another level. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a brother that I've met on social media. I once saw on the show. He definitely need to have a social media. We didn't have like a whole list of topics, but I want to ask him one more question that's beating up in the news right now. It's a search thing called, and I'm going to keep it real, and I want your opinion. I'm just give you a scenario of this situation. It's deep. I'm just saying in the 60 seconds. It's a preacher that's been accused of sleeping with a 15-year-old boy, molesting him. And it's went viral all over social media. Do you feel like if you were accused of molesting someone, that you should sue the person? Should that person go to jail when it comes to it? Because a lot of gay people, I've never been molested, but it's some people in the community that were molested, and that's, they're in the lifestyle, and they got introduced at an early age. Mm-hmm. Do you think that it's time for the church to call out that type of behavior in the church? Abusing your power, what happened with Bishop Aiden Long, etc. But if a pastor is in a position of authority and they molest their parishioner, their member, do you think that they should be some charges to be brought up, or do you think we should pray for them?
No, charge that ass up. charge that ass up. Clean. What is it? Clean. Get them out of there.
Yes.
You
know what I'm saying? And I believe that. And I got to ask you, what do you see yourself? Because I don't know how old you are, but what do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh, maybe settle down, family,
and married, children,
have some kids.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
So in 10 years, that's what you want to see.
I'll be a little up there in 10 years. So
okay,
about that time.
So you want to be married. Mm-hmm. Do you see yourself living in Dallas in the next 10 years, or you see yourself somewhere else?
I don't know. Dallas kind of put a little hook in me right now. So
it have,
we'll see.
Because every time I keep saying I'm leaving this place, it's so boring. But I've been here for about 5 or 6 years, mm-hmm. and I'm like, damn, I just got getting kind of settled here. But the next 10 years for myself, married with children. Would you see yourself married to a woman or to a man?
Maybe to a guy.
Mm-hmm. And children. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You want to do it the old-fashioned way or adopt?
That'd be a topic of discussion, wouldn't it? If we do it naturally, if I go first, he go first, you do what you do. But it's always, the adoption route as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I know you have a YouTube channel, and do you want to get into this game of doing YouTube? You don't want to do it?
I don't know. We'll see what kind of interviews I'll be doing.
Well, you'll be able to, it's whatever you want to do, I think, because, I just showed you a gentleman that was on Twitch. He make mm-hmm. millions of dollars, and he don't even really do that much commentary. He just dress and take showers and do karate.
So he monetizes off of his looks.
He monetizes off his looks. He do all type of stuff. You have like many YouTubers make a lot, like 6 figures, 8 figures. Some make millions, mm-hmm. and all they do is sit at home and talk. Mm-hmm. Some even eat. They do all type of stuff. But they say I thought Wiley don't believe in gay marriage. I mean, I don't. I am very conservative, but I would be married. I don't see myself marrying a nigga. I just don't. I treat niggas like trash.
I'll marry a nigga.
I treat them like trash. I had a guy. His name was Jonte. And we call him Jonte. I cheated on Jonte. All the 2 years we've been, I cheated on with everybody. I tried to sleep with his best friend. If he didn't get locked up, I would have tried it, and then we broke up. But I treat niggas like I was a cheater. I never was faithful, and I had my friend. He was my roommate, and I stopped having roommates because he would bring niggas over, and I would sleep with all of them. And so I stopped. Like every relationship, I slept with all of his guys. And so I said, you know what? Just to keep me celibate, I need to just have my own place. Look at your face. I slept with them all. Like I did. I slept with them all, and I'm not ashamed. I'm just a whore, and it was just too much temptation.
So if I get married, would you attend my wedding?
Of course, I attend your wedding. Of course. For the drinks, the food, and everything like that.
The party favors.
Of course, the party favors. Of course, I to your wedding. Yes, because you cool. I went to your wedding. Because I'm not the type of person that would not attend wedding. I personally, in my personal belief, don't believe in it. But if you invite me, of course, I would go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that, right?
Yeah, I would go to your wedding. I would actually sing at your wedding.
What? What song would you sing? What song would you sing?
Well, I only know gospel tunes. Wait a minute. Automatic. Probably "Sexual Healing" by Marvin Gaye. "Sexual Healing."
Wait, that's not.
Or Beyonce. She did a song. I think it's called "Here I Am" or something like that. They played it on Best Man.
That's how you sound like Beyonce when you.
I don't sound like Beyonce. I sound like Wiley. I sound like Wiley. So, but yeah, I would definitely sing at your wedding. I could see you being married.
Me too.
I could see that. Are you gonna be the master? Are you gonna be the dominant? Or
I'm gonna be me.
It's gonna be.
I'm gonna be me.
You could play different roles.
I'm gonna play whatever.
If you had to play a role, would you like to be the dominant or a submissive person?
Like if I had to choose.
If you had to choose one.
More like the dominant, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. It just reminded me of 50 Shades of Grey, and this is why I want to be rich. I want to do that, the chains, S&M, and stuff like that. It was a scene of the movie, and I know you can look at me like, what the fuck is Wally going through? It was a scene with the movie. One of the females, she was like a stalker or whatever, and that's one of his relationships that he used to dominate her. And he told her, get on your knees. And the way how he said it with all that power and authority, she got on her knees. That's the type of power, that I want.
I mean, well, you keep on searching that you
like that's the type of power. That's the type of power that I want. But I'm glad that I had her on the show. And I know a lot of people don't like when I interview gay people. But I identify in the LGBT community, and I feel like I'm going to bring more gay men on the show. I actually got a couple that's coming on. He put whipped cream up his ass, and and I paid $30 for his OnlyFans, and they're straight, and he catered to gay men. Like he had put, he do massages and stuff like that, do all that type of stuff. Have you ever been an escort?
Nope.
You would not do that.
Nope.
Okay. So I tried to show him the OnlyFans. He didn't want to see the guy's OnlyFans. But yes, this again, introduce yourself because people ask, who is this guy again?
My name is Shelly J.
His name is Shelly J, and I cannot wait to see him get a podcast, do a show, and with his friend. Shout out to his brother that's here with him. Great vibe. Just a great all-around brother. And I'm glad that you asked the questions because I ask a lot of weird questions.
We see that.
That's what I do. I even ask. If I was tipsy, I would ask some more.
Did you catch the clip of the Beyonce in Dubai kind of situation?
I did.
What you think about it?
I think that Beyonce is a prostitute. I think that if they have enough money, she gonna be pussy popping for a coin, and I think that's like a form of prostitution. Like she been on a break all this time, and then now she said, "Oh my gosh, I got to perform. They're giving me $4 million," and she pussy popped on a stage in Dubai, and they're not really that friendly when it comes to their women. Residents, their laws, the Islamic laws.
They paid her that much money.
I believe that she's a prostitute, and she got up there and she performed and shaked and all that for $4 million. And then
for how much?
I think it was like millions. They paid her a couple of $1 million. Yeah, I'll be a prostitute too on that stage. You give me $4 million.
Right. So don't be so about
I didn't have to say that because that was like I would have did it too. That's just my honest opinion. And I think Beyonce, she can sing. Don't get me wrong. She's talented. But I'm more like a Brandy, Whitney Houston, more like a Brandy. Janet Jackson, she can't even talk loud. Like she can't.
Like singer.
I love singer like Jennifer Hudson, Ruben Stunner. I love that. And shout out to Brandy for this for her album. I love her music. I just love Lil' Kim. I love those type of music. Nicki, I love Nicki, but I love the City Girls. I love Carisha. Now, one female that I'm so attracted to that I would love to be with, and that is with Carisha, please. Number one is her style, the way she talks. She do a podcast. I love women that's in a podcast bag, in a social media bag. So I think that she does. So what kind of music do you listen to?
I'm an R&B.
R&B.
Neo soul.
Like Tamar Braxton.
I got a couple of songs on
Monique. Not Monique, Monica.
Monica. Now I'm a stan of Monica.
You're a stan of Monica.
That's who I'm a stan of, but
I love Monica. Monica actually was on that Keisha Cole record. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And she outdid Keisha Cole on her record. Like Monica is underrated. Like I don't know what it is, because I know we talked about Usher. I think Usher, out of all of them, is like one of the popular ones from the 90s that really went mainstream out of all these decades. Monica never really had that, and I think one of her downfalls, the sis can't act. Like she tried acting, it wasn't just for her. Brandy can act.
She's not an actor
and a singer. I saw Monica last year at the she was in Dallas. It was Monica, Tamar, Bobby Brown need to stop when he was out of breath, overweight, just trash. Not
the king.
Yeah, that king. He need to be in a retirement home. Like I love the old Bobby Brown, and I wasn't old enough to appreciate him because I was a kid when he was like in the 90s or something. Like when he was skinny, he was a bad boy. He was a thug. That's my kid. That is my weakness. Thug men, like gangsters, like guns and carjacking, bad credit, running from the cops. Like I love that drug dealer. That's an instant turn on for me. So Bobby Brown give me that, and you're like bad, like fucking me. You got your ankle bracelet, like you're on house arrest. That's like an instant turn on. Yeah. I love that. I got to hide the weapon from the cops and all that type of shit, like bail you out of jail. I just love like thug niggas. I know I'm too old for like thug niggas, but I love thug niggas. This is just something about something about the thugs.
You like what you like.
But I'm glad that you like R&B type of music and stuff. I love R&B, and I think like R&B now is like dead. It's in a sense that, like, of course we got Summer Walker, we got her. I appreciate them, but back in the day, music like when Monica and Brandy and all of those girls were doing, it had meaning. Aaliyah, like the lyrics, it really had you going through a journey. These singers today, they trying to be like rappers, and it don't really have meaning. Like them old records, like Have You Ever and all of that, it really had meaning with those records. They said Wiley definitely from Chicago. Leave Bobby Brown alone. I mean, it is what it is. Monica used to have an eating disorder. No, Brandy used to have a disorder. Like she used to eat and then she used to make herself throw up and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And you got to be careful with.
Right. But Brandy put on this. You got to be careful with these people that put on these like wholesome. Personas out there.
Yes.
She's the American sweetheart, but is she really the American sweetheart?
I'm glad you say that. When you put on that pedestal, and I had a sister at my church that I used to attend, they used to put on the pedestal, oh, she got straight A's, she's just the perfect student. And she had a mental breakdown in college, and now she cut her hair, now she's a lesbian, and now she all of these type of things, but they put her on this wholesome pedestal that she was so perfect, and she in reality she wasn't.
Somebody said Brandy has a lying disorder.
Yeah, Brandy does have a lying disorder, and I love Brandy. Brandy will lie in a second.
I like Brandy.
Brandy will lie in a second.
Full Moon album.
Yes, she's an amazing singer, but Brandy, to my point, she lived up to that image because her mom and all these people tell her, "Oh, you a good girl." She should have never lied about being married. That kind of fucked her career, but then also the car accident fucked her up as well.
I think that really
fucked her. Because they drag Brandy for that. Because anytime you live that perfect persona, the media love it when you get some dirt. Just like Beyonce in the elevator, they love that. Because they were like, finally we got some dirt on Beyonce, arguing in there, and they took it and spent it. But Brandy necessarily did not have that success. After the accident, she kind of like went down. So yeah, and it hurt her, like, because they blamed her for like killing that woman, and then she released Human after that. And that didn't sell really good, but that Human album is everything. Human, Piano Man, it's just that I could just hear that.
I think it's a song they called Click, right?
Yeah,
I like that song.
I hear like you could just really hear like she was really going through it. They said Beyonce did nothing in LA. No, she didn't, but it was still kind of like drama because her husband is a cheater. Okay, he's a cheater. It is what it is. And Solange found out and was beating his ass, and it all went viral. But I love Beyonce.
That's what a sister's supposed to do.
And Beyonce, as a businesswoman, I'm not gonna leave my husband because we built this $1 billion status together. So I'm gonna deal with you in your cheating ways. We just gonna take it and make more money. Just like Hillary never left Bill when he got his dick sucked by Monica. She never left them. They continue to keep that political dynasty together. Dr. King, Coretta didn't leave Dr. King when he was cheating on her, all that type of stuff. She stayed with him. And so I think I love, because at the greater good, a marriage is a business. You want to keep that money coming in. We good together, then we are separated. So, yeah. They said both had babies in 2004. You right. They said they tried to do the reality show MTV Girl by. You talking about Brandy? They said me and Brandy are both from Mississippi. Born the same month in February, we both got issues. Yeah. And no, none of them are perfect. Don't get me wrong, I wish that, because like Brandy, she ain't really been doing good in the music scene lately. Like this album sold pretty decent. But I think Brandy is not that social media type. Like them artists like Monica, Brandy, Usher, they're not really on social media like that. Like they don't post, they don't go live on IG. You don't see Brandy in her bathroom eating popcorn going live. Like she don't do that. But Cardi B will take a shit on camera and she will go live pretty much a lot. Brandy and Monica, they don't do that shit.
They don't need
a lot. They don't, but they should. They do need to, because you still got to be catered to today's music buyers. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get forgotten about. You know what I'm saying? You have to. Like Brandy needs to be on social media, because people are like, damn, Brandy got a new album. Like, where's she at? Because you don't see her on Twitter, you don't see her on Twitch, you don't see her on YouTube, you don't see them out like doing stuff.
Right, but you know,
on social media.
They grew up in
the area without the social media.
Yeah, so they're probably not used to, you know.
They're not,
and
they need a team of people that are social media people. Like I told Lil' Kim, I told to her makeup artist in the DMs, I said, Lil' Kim need to fire her entire team. All them niggas that worked with Biggie and all of, they need to go, because their idea is back in the 90s. We are in 2023. You need social media type of people in your inner circle so you could be monetized. And I said, Kim, when you release your new book, please talk about how you fucked up your nose and you look like a whole deformed Chinese person. Like
that's what you want to know about.
Of course, we want to know. You don't want to know about her face being deformed and looking red. Most people want to know about her looks. So all that, her looks, the way she looked it so good. Now she like her whole cheekbones and face.
What she look like?
She looked like a Chinese person that's been melting, like a melting or something, or a baby doll that went through the furnace, and but you was able to rescue it like she's melting almost. Wow, that's how she looks.
She looks like.
She don't look the same sexy movie. Kim, if you look at her look, she looked totally different how she was in the 90s and the 2000s. If you look at the record that she did with Ray J, that was like the last sex symbol of Kim. The back of it, she looked disastrous. And that's why we have to teach our children and our brothers, our nieces, or whoever you have, to love yourself. Don't go under the knife, because look what happened. Hell, Cardi B herself, she's on the 1 or 2 surgeries of getting on that little Kim reign, because once you start playing with your body and start cutting your body, you look disgusting. You do.
Some people look good.
Some people look good, but they keep doing it over and over and over. Like Michael Jackson kept playing with his nose and stuff. He looked it totally different when he left here, because you keep playing with your body. You're gonna literally look like a hot mess.
Yeah. But you know, somebody somewhere somehow is gonna bring that 90s sound back, and
it's gonna be popping. It's like Adele brought back that soulful sound, and she making a killing. But it's kind of sad. You got a lot of soulful black singers who can only dream of accumulating the success of Adele. And all Adele did was study black soul singers and took the sound with that white face, and she's making millions. And everybody's, oh my gosh, Adele is so iconic. But she took the soulful sound from black singers. And you know, you're gonna get into music. It's racist. You can come out with a record, and then Sam Smith come out with the same type record. He get more radio play than you, because you are quote unquote a black artist. So you only gonna play on the black radio stations. Even Tyrese talked about that. He can have a record out, and then a white R&B artist out, and they get more play. It's racism in there. So if you ever want to do the music industry, you got to have thick skin in this business because it's a lot of fucked up shit.
It is.
Even when it comes to even being a YouTuber and stuff like that, you get a white YouTuber get so many clicks and views, and a black YouTuber talks about the same subject and they don't get the clicks and views because it's the type of society that we live in. True. But thank you. I want to because I don't know if you're on IG or you even post on there, but you haven't posted nothing on your YouTube. I can't wait till you post something on there.
Because you can catch me on Instagram at Shelly_J05.
Okay, Shelly_J05, and you can follow him today. Do I follow you? I don't think we follow each other on Instagram. Let me see. Yeah, I was glad that you came on, and we definitely got to bring you back on because it's a couple that I want you to meet.
A couple that you want me to meet?
Yeah, it's a couple. They on TikTok.
Oh.
They're not like the OnlyFans. They are a couple. It's just really, really dope. He's like one, he got a child, like he's not bisexual. Well, he is bisexual. His husband is gay. And it was just a great, this fiance. And I just loved, it was just amazing conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up?
Not nothing, bro. Freaky boy. Yeah. You said Shelly _ what was your
J?
Oh, I'm sorry.
05.
Is it _J? Oh, let me do this. All right, yeah. Make sure y'all follow him, guys. J05. I thought I was. Oh no. Show what I'm doing. Okay. Any other? There you go right there. That's right here. Okay. Any other questions? He took Brandy's place. Will Beyonce finally beat Adele for best album at the Grammys? I don't think Beyonce ever deserved best album at the Grammys. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so because like this last album, she had T.S. Madison on it. It was disastrous. What's she talking about being black? And then just the same black woman.
She black.
Yeah, she black, but the same black woman was in a stall with a black woman and talked about the lady with her bloody pad, and now she gonna be calling and uplifting black folks. Like, come on now, that was a disastrous album. It wasn't the best album at all. One of her worst albums. Like Love on Top was her best, the best I ever had. Crazy in Love like that. But this new album, all this pro-black stuff and all this house music shit, it was trash. That don't deserve. Do you think that deserved best album? So this recent album that came out is best album material for a Grammy.
It's whatever the people choose.
No, I'm asking you.
It's whatever the people choose.
I'm asking you. What did you choose? Is that best album for Beyonce? This new shit that she put out. That's best album.
I'm not a Beyonce stan like that, but I like maybe 3 or 4 songs. On that
3 or 4 songs, and it was about like 10, 11 songs. You only like 3 or 4. That was a flop in my humble opinion. Her older album was better. I don't know what's in Beyonce's mind, but she's trying to do all that African stuff. Like, it's trash. Get back into the best I ever had. You know what I'm saying? Get back into making more popular records. All this deep shit. I'm not into it.
I'm into it.
You into that deep shit?
Go ahead, B.
Like the Cuff It. Only reason I like the Cuff It challenge is because I tried to do it with my family, and I love the Cuff It, and I like that song because of TikTok. But the rest of that shit, it was a disastrous.
So she should just be nominated for a song, not the album.
Yeah, for a song, not an album. Now, a person that should have been nominated for a Grammy was Nicki Minaj. Should have been nominated for Freaky Girl. It was the #1 record. She should, and Nicki Minaj should definitely have a Grammy. She's one of the top. Hell, it was because of her that you got Cardi B, Lizzo, and all of these chicks that you see now because of Nicki. Nicki came on the scene and told the labels that being a black female rapper, it is lucrative. If it wasn't because of Nicki, you won't see none of these girls that you see today. Because once Kim fucked herself up and wanted to deal with the thugs and got herself locked up and fucked up her face again, she just went down. And so Nicki came up and she introduced to the label that being popular, being a rapper is lucrative. And a lot of labels tried to destroy Nicki's career because they wanted just to have one female rapper. But you can't destroy a queen that, I don't know if she write all her records, but the records that she do produce are good records. I love Nicki Minaj. I don't like her attitude. I think she have a sad art, and her husband is on a sex offenders list. He loves to take people coochie. And he can't even drop that baby off because he can't be around no kids. But other than that, she's a great artist. She is. He can't be around, he can't be around no kids. So anytime she moves, we know her address. We can Google her address because she have a whole
that's dangerous
person
But Nicki Minaj got a couple of bops. I like it.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj got a couple of bops.
Yeah.
So you're a Cardi. If you have to pick one, Cardi or Nicki, who you picking?
Neither one.
Male rappers like the Baby.
I like the Baby.
Drake.
I like Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, but I'm R&B kind of. I'm on Jay Howell right now.
Jay Howard.
Jay Howell.
Who is that?
He's an R&B singer. If you don't know him, you go check him out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
he's really good.
Oh, they said Wiley be ready to get off the screen. He don't want to believe on the barbs come up because of you. Oh, I get it. And let me tell you, I did a video, and this one I know that the barbs are like a group of terrorists. Because I said Nicki Minaj need to retire. I did the video. My phone number got leaked. I got threatened in my phone. They was threatening me on Twitter. They called me religiously over and over. And all I just said is the lady need to retire. I don't want to see her 55, 60 years old rapping about her pussy. I just don't want to see it. I just don't. You 75 years old talking about how wet your pussy is. We know it's dry. So I said, gracefully while you on top and get into other industry. Like Rihanna, I fucks with her because while she was hot, she got into other shit. I love that. And so now we yearning for her. But she's different. She's a singer. But when you're a rapper, like I don't want to see Lil' Kim, even though I'm a fan of Lil' Kim, I love her previous album. Didn't sell, maybe sold 13 copies. I probably was the 13th person that bought it. But I don't necessarily like the fact that she's up in age and she's 56 years old rapping about her coochie. Like, come on now. There's a lot of good R&B, right?
That's so
why don't you ever have a woman as a guest when most of your supporters are women? No offense to this guy. I have women on my show. We're gonna get more women on the show. I promise you, we will get more women on the show. I promise you.
Dang, they're not Daniel Caesar, but I like Daniel Caesar though.
You like Daniel Caesar? I like Daniel Caesar. He did a record with Brandy, and that's how I knew who Daniel Caesar was. And it was actually nominated for a Grammy. She didn't win. Oh, she did. She was nominated, but she didn't win. Only Grammy that Brandy won was "The Boy Is Mine." That song came out, and with Monica, absolutely. And then Monica was like, "Yeah, we got a Grammy. We shared the Grammy together." Absolutely. They said Wiley had a female guest a few weeks ago. We did. We had a female guest on there. They said he looks like somebody. Who do you look like? He said,
"What do I look like?"
Yes. They said, sorry, the girl rap right now is kind of boring, waiting for Nicki or even Cardi or Doja to have. Yeah, it's boring because a lot of the chicks, they want to follow Nicki. Erica Banks, all she do is eat food and get fat and all that type of shit. Where your music at?
Lotto's good. I like Lotto.
Lotto's okay, but she need to stop selling dirty underwears on eBay.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Lotto, she was selling dirty panties on eBay.
No, that ain't my business, but
and they shut it down because they said you can't serve like used underwear on eBay. But I like Lotto. I like the record the remix that she did with Mariah Carey, but the rest of her shit didn't sell like that, which is sad. When the last time you bought an album? Like the last time you went to iTunes or because you have an iPhone, iTunes, and actually purchased an album.
What was it? Let me see my phone. It was actually
because they say I see Lakeith maybe. I can think of his name, but he looks like the guy that wears thick black round glasses. LOL.
I downloaded Tank album.
Oh, Tank! Of course you bought Tank. I can see that. He looked like he could be Future brother.
Tell him send me some money.
Yes, Future brother. What was the last album I bought? Let me see. I think that the last album that I bought it have to be like Brandy, because like Brandy, I went all out. I bought the CD, I bought the vinyl.
She was giving away like some package, right?
Yeah, and I really went in on there. And then I bought a gospel artist. Of course, I bought Armand Wiggins. He does music as well. Armand is like an independent artist. He's like a YouTuber. And Aaron Thomas. So I'm more so like a gospel person. Like I'm a gospel church kid.
Are you?
Yes.
Just a foul mouth.
I have a foul mouth.
That's how it is. They said the church kids. Y'all mouth.
Oh man, they said, "Do y'all like?" Okay, he can sing, but he said he's not singing. Because I heard him humming. I'm like, I think he can sing. He was like, I'm not singing. Don't ask me to sing. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna ask him to sing.
Yeah,
we definitely got
it though.
Yeah.
But I'll,
so
we'll
you
see.
singing?
We'll see what the future holds. Some music might be coming out soon. We'll see.
I can't wait.
We'll see.
I can't wait for that. Yeah. That's gonna be great that you get into the studio.
Yeah.
Do you sing in the shower? Do you sing at home? Do you see yourself singing in the shower and stuff like that?
I think everybody sings in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody that shouldn't even do it because they can't even sing. But that's amazing. That's amazing. I think you should get into the studio.
Yeah. It's coming.
Because you have like a following, so and as you get more followers, especially if it's good. Thank you, 40-year-old Barbs. I get a secondhand embarrassment by that behavior. Yeah, absolutely, a 40-year-old Barb and stuff like that. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome
for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. This has been an experience.
It is that type of way. I ask a lot of off the cuff questions. Like I said, it's been kind of dry in the streets. Beyoncé is coming back, so it's gonna kind of like wake up, and I guess, and then Nikki, if she ain't, take her husband to court and have to get him off house arrest, she should be coming back soon. So it's gonna be heating up, and of course, we're dealing with this.
Chloe coming out.
Chloe coming out, and you like, even though Chloe is she do a little bit. I could tell she was a wholesome girl. She trying to be this whore on the internet, and it's not coming off organically.
That girl is grown as fuck.
It's not like she tried to look. She tried to look a sucker, and it just came off weird.
Let that girl
and then she deleted it. Like she's trying to be so horny and all this, and it don't come off organic. It just don't. It don't give off that vibe. It's like it's forced.
Like not to me.
You don't think so?
Not to me. I feel like she's growing up. She's of age. She want to do what she want to do. Live your life, baby. And she young. So what you think gonna happen? Period. And then what did I say? Period.
Somebody said, did Wiley catfish you? Well, I would ask you, thank you for that question, Amanda. Have you ever been catfished before? Tell us your story about that. Tell us your story about that.
No, it was a little situation, but it's all right though.
What was the little situation?
I mean, they came in, they didn't look at their picture.
So you came to their place or they came to you? How did it go?
Okay, look. So they came over.
Okay.
At the door, looked in the peephole, and wasn't that person. So
you didn't open it.
Go about your business.
Well, I am a professional catfisher. I've have catfish.
That's what you do.
I've done it. I'm retired now.
Someone will take your ass on that catfish show.
I could have done it, but I've done it for like years. I've done it for years. Jack changed because now you can video chat. But before it was no video chat. You could get somebody identity. It's the thing though. I use somebody else's pictures, but I'm sending you my dick pic. Everything else is me. It's just somebody else's picture.
You be sending your stuff out there?
Oh, absolutely. I used to back in the day. Oh yes, ass, dick pictures, everything. I was a horny type. When I got to Dallas, I was very horny. Diagnosed with bipolar, and when I wasn't diagnosed at the time, I was manic, so I was getting guys just. It was like clockwork, and so I would use the catfish thing, and so I could just. It's like a whole series I can just really talk about. I know he side out of me, but it's the truth. Because a lot of people that catfish on all those sites. It's a lot of people that
you're absolutely right, and you're just.
But I never catfish someone and showed up to their place. They have always came to my place. So I'm not going to waste the time because how I used to do it. I would edit in 2 minutes and we're done. I would say I have a roommate, and I would send information and stuff like. And anyway, who do you say? Oh, I say with my cousin. That was like the script, and they would come over, and we have the drinks, we have the weed out, and all. We had a conversation. I was like, oh, he can't show up, and you already here, and I know you already horny. We smoking, we drinking. It's a vibe. Your dick hard, my dick hard, and we have sex, and
that's what happens.
That have been the script like forever, and I've got. And then what made it better when I into my last time of catfish, my show started to grow, so I would use that as well. But you do a show, you do a podcast. And most of the guys that I've had catfish came on my show, and we're good Judies now because the sex was good, and we had
y'all bonded over.
And we bond, and we had great. It was one particular guy. I'm not going to say his name because you probably know. I'm not going to say his name.
Don't do it.
But we had a debate about catfishing. You shouldn't do this, about low self-esteem. And we had sex. I think he got through all that preaching. We had sex or whatever the case is, and we're good friends to this day.
That's a blessing.
And I don't catfish anymore. So now
look how deliverance works.
I'm delivered from it because I stopped because it was one particular person I've catfished. They went live, and it's just destroyed my catfishing. And that was a sign for me to go into retirement. So now I just post my picture. And that particular person, we had sex. It took me 4 years later to have sex with this person because the first time I catfished him, he went viral. It went viral. We talked about it. Armand T.S. Madison wanted to interview him about it. I went to Marty's, saw him at Marty's, and we had sex that night at his apartment, and it was amazing. But it took me 4 years for that to happen. And so now I have a 100% success rate of catfishing. It used to be 99.9. He was at that last percentage, and we were able to do that, so I had a 100% success rate. And I don't feel embarrassed about it. It's a lot of people that have catfish. You've been in the gym now, so no more catfish. I'm done with I don't need the catfish anymore.
You don't need the catfish no more.
They said, why did you think your future wife want to hear about this? I think that my future wife want me to be honest. And the women that I fuck with, I love that you eat pussy, you love dick, and I love that you open and honest. Because I'm not on the DL. What you see is what you get. Like I love.
So why you got the catfish? Is what you see.
I used to do that shit. It was addictive.
Oh,
okay. It was playing different characters. It was so addictive. I wanted them to beat me up. I wanted to. I want that. That's like a turn on. Like it was like a drug. It was like playing Russian roulette, and I used to love it. I used to love playing, and I played it so well. Hold on, let me see this camera. Oh, there you go. I played it so well.
No, that's good.
So now you think somebody's a catfish, you should consult with a person. But now you can video chat. It's because like it's a person I was in on Jack. I know he was a catfish. I was like, let's video chat.
Oh, someone was catfishing you?
Oh yeah, they tried. And
they don't know they was messing with.
I'm a professional. I can tell because like you too good to be true. I got a video check because I think you're a catfish. Because like you, I was like, oh, is he a catfish? And then I did some of my homework, and I knew that she was on Aconnectiontv. I did a couple of my homework, and I said, oh, he's not a catfish. Okay, so we could do a private. But yeah, somebody tried it multiple times. They try to catfish. It's people that will ride people on Jack, and you got to be very careful on them sites. It was a guy that was in Atlanta. He cooked barbecue and the person killed him in his own home. And the only reason why that person got caught is because the guy had cameras in his house. So you have to be very careful on those sites. It's because it's a thing that's going on, Jack. I don't know if you notice that people hit you up out of town and they like 300-400 miles away. They be trying to like scam you and set you up and all that type of stuff. You have to be very, very, very vigilant on these type of sites. And so that's why I like it old school way. We go to the club, we meet up, you get the vibe, and you connect that way. The versus just on this site. But you kind of good if you are popular, because most of these niggas that's on, we see each other. I just had a Lyft driver, Uber driver, driving me home, and and we were talking about the weather. Oh shit, it's slippery, and I'm from Chicago. So I go home, and somebody hit me up, And he said, yeah, it's this cold. I was like, this ain't nothing because this Chicago weather. Oh, you already told me. I'm like, shit. Oh, I think you got 2 patients. He's like, no, I just dropped you off. That was like the Uber driver. But I hit him up back in December. He never paid me no mind. But I guess now you see the personality part in the car, and that made you connect. And of course, we had sex in the person. And I said, you didn't hit me up because I had a cock eye and I was ugly, you thought. Oh, yeah. But it was your person. I said, yeah, you keep it real. He said, what made you say that? Because you didn't hit me up then. But you saw that personality because the eye fucked up, confused. You thought I was crazy, weird, or whatever. But the sex was amazing. So we had those type of conversations. I'm very honest. I love having dialogue, and I love talking to people on Jack. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, you can be.
Well, you just be careful while you're out there doing that. But
I'm done with catfishing. I can't catfish anymore. I'm too popular now. I'm too popular now. Like I can't do it anymore. And so catfishing is wrong. Right. I get
catfishing is very
catfishing is wrong. I don't know if you watch Love After Lockup.
No.
Okay, it was a obese woman on there, and she just showed her face, but she didn't show her body. And it's a search thing called body fishing, meaning you fat as hell, but you just gonna show an old picture or just of your face, but you ain't showing that you big as hell. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
What is it called?
It's called Love After Lockup.
No, what's the body? What?
Body fishing. And I just learned that term a couple of days ago. They told me on the audience.
I have never heard of that fucking term in my life.
I never heard of it. It's body fishing. I'm like, wow. Okay. Well, I've this is the last piece I'm gonna talk to you about, because we talked about working out in the gym, and I said, I'm back in the gym, and you said something that you feel good, having a body. So have you always been physically fit, or you been overweight at one point? Can you talk about that?
I ain't gonna say I've been overweight, but I was
not like
I was
physically.
I was a little heavy.
Heavy.
I was a little heavy, but it just comes with a lot of stress. A lot of things, probably life going not the way that you wanted to go, however the case may be. But when I moved and got out of that environment, my mindset changed, the spirit changed, the vibe changed, So.
Yes. And your body is great. For me, when I came out, I was 200 and somehow I was skinny. And then depression set in. I missed my family. All of my family's in Chicago. I'm the only one in Dallas. It was bad how we broke up, because at that time, I didn't know that I had bipolar. And so you see that library, I don't know if you noticed that library right there. Went there, destroyed the library, got on the news, got butt naked, got tased.
Who did that?
I did that.
What library?
The library, I'll show it
to you. Here?
Right there.
What you did in the library?
Destroyed the property, knocked over the books, bust a window, got butt naked, and I got tased by the Dallas Police Department. Put me in a mental institution, and they finally diagnosed me with bipolar. And I didn't know. I knew something was wrong, and so I got diagnosed. And then I started gaining. And so now I'm in a better place, medicated, psychiatrist, everything. It was I'll show you the news clip so you can see it if you want to see it. Everything is, you said no. Everything is much, much better. And I'm in a gym. I have my own apartment. I can have friends, because at one point I was very treacherous with them. Because when you have somebody that's bipolar, I don't know if you know anybody that's bipolar or that's manic, they go, their mouth is reckless. They say everything out of their mouth. I had a roommate, and I trashed him so bad. Fuck you, nigga. You ain't shit.
The roommate that you was fucking his friends on?
Yeah, there's another roommate.
Oh, okay.
And he wasn't paying me no mind. And one of the motherfucking voices in my head, he talking about you, he must have cheated. So I snatched the internet out of there. Fuck you, bitch. You really ain't gonna never be shit. And then I got the medicine. I was like a totally different person. Oh, how you doing? I was just like, what the fuck is that? I'm just regular and calm because I'm medicated. But if I'm off my medicine, I'm butt ass naked, just going off. So you have to be careful with people, and you probably know people that is bipolar, but they're probably medicated.
Yeah. And I probably wouldn't know.
If you know, but under that mania and stuff like that, so that's something that makes my platform different. Because
you got a hold over it now.
I'm good with it.
Oh, was you good with it?
I'm good with it now, but I share my story because it's a lot of the girls that's in the community that have mental illness and they use drugs to have, and they get worse and worse and worse and worse, and they on crystal meth, all that crazy shit, and they don't get the help. It just so happened I committed a crime, and Dallas put an order that you are a danger to yourself, you're a danger to others, and I was able to get the help.
So if they would have never did that,
if they would have never did that, I probably would have been dead. Because I would have did something. I would have either commit suicide, or it would have been suicide by cop. It would have been something. If I did not get the help that I needed, something else would have happened. And thank God that I didn't have any weapons. I wasn't a violent man. It just was property damage. And I finally was able to get, the help, because I knew something was weird. I wasn't eating. I was hearing voice, like literally. I was literally bone out, and I was having so much sex. I've always been sexually active, but this time it was about 6 to 8 people a day. I don't care if you were fat; it was just busting in the. They was going there like clockwork.
Okay.
They said, "No need to be okay now, Shelly. No need to be nervous." It was like clockwork. It was like clock. I'm good now, but I share my story because I always going to share my story. It was like clockwork.
Well, that's good because your story will help someone else. So
it's going to help somebody else. Yeah. They said, wait, his name is Shelly. Yes, his name is Shelly. Yep. Shelly is checked out right now. Okay. But I just had to share that story to you because this is what I do on my show. I tell my testimony. I tell you these type of things when we go through. Make sure y'all check out Shelly. Make sure y'all check him out on, they said, let Shelly go regroup. They said, oh my God, with 6 people in one day. Yeah, because when you are manic, you know who Jennifer Lewis. She's bipolar.
Yeah, I read her book.
You read? Oh, I read her book. Okay, so you know.
Yeah.
And then if you see her interview with Oprah, she was in a nail shop, and a voice like, destroy the nails, like she destroyed the nail, and that just like a reminder of what I did in the library. That is real, and she just as gifted, just as talented, because you can shield it. Ain't nothing wrong with you, Wiley. You just funny. And let me be real with you. When I'm manic, I have like the best shows ever. The jokes it's one of the best episodes ever. But it's just like when the camera in, you can't come off that high of being manic. You really got to be medicated. So I'm good now. I'm like in the gym.
That's good.
I got my swag back. I can attract guys and I'm going to the club. I rarely went to the club. So now I'm finally active in Dallas. Like I've been in Dallas for almost 6 years, and I've been to Marty's for the first 2 times for the first time ever, and I went to the JR Bar and Grill for the first time. So I'm finally getting out because I didn't even go out in Chicago. I'm very introverted. You can't tell it now because I do this shit. But once it's over with, I'm reading. I'm just as quiet. You wouldn't even know that I do this if you didn't see it. But now I'm getting out in the streets and being active and connecting with people and connecting with my community and enjoying life because you have a social life. You gotta have a social life. I want to say thank you to Shelly for coming on. Thank you to his friend.
You are so welcome
for coming on to the show.
You are so welcome.
I definitely got to let your friend come on as well, so he can ask some questions. Because I want to see more creators in this space and make money.
Yeah. He sings and everything too. So,
oh wow. So do you have any music out on iTunes? Do you have any music?
I don't think he does.
Oh, you got it on SoundCloud is good. Yeah. My friend got some music on. I love that. So send me your SoundCloud. So I love that because when I first started, all I used to interview was independent artists, gay artists, like the Freaky Boys, Pretty Boy Rich, Brian the Rapper, like those. And the Freaky Boys, they was a group known in Chicago. They was on WGCI, the Breakfast Club, all of that before all these rappers are now. And that's what I used to do on my show, and also Saucy Santana when he used to do makeup. And so now it is so easier for people that identify as gay to get into the music business.
You're welcome.
So thank you for that. I'm so happy he came through.
Oh, you're welcome, Maria.
Maria, she said, thank you, Shelly. Yes, they said Wiley's never going to see Shelly in person again. He scared them away.
You never know. If y'all want me back, I'll be back. That's the thing.
We definitely gotta have you back because, like I said, do you watch reality shows or like
somewhat?
So what do you like? So do you like Netflix? Do you watch like Netflix stuff? Because like we talk about, I don't know if you're saying You People with Eddie Murphy and Lauren, that came on as well. So what we do is we watch different stuff and we just talk about it. Yeah,
no
so
we'll definitely
and then when you do your music, I definitely gotta get you come back for your music so we can buy your music and get your streams up as well.
No problem.
Yeah,
and thank you so much for having me. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Y'all be safe and don't do nothing.
Don't do nothing crazy. Shelly is a handsome version of Armand Wiggins.
Oh, who is Armand Wiggins?
Let me show you because they keep on asking. Yeah, he's very popular on YouTube. He used to live in Houston, and he lives in LA. And he started on Facebook, and so this is him right here. Let me show it to a video so you can see. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He does like videos and stuff like that.
Oh, he's not a bad looking dude though.
He's not. And he got 167,000 followers. He got his own like high rise BMW.
I don't need know all that.
Yeah, black card. He makes money now.
Do what you do.
He used to fucking from the garage. Now got a massive YouTube channel.
Congratulations.
That's great.
Congratulations. I'll definitely be back if y'all want me back. You know, I'll definitely. But it was been a good interview. You guys get home safely because I'm sure the fuck am.
They said don't be pointing at Wiley when you say crazy. He good.
It was a joke. I'm sorry. It was a joke.
Shelly has been traumatized by Wiley in the chat. Was behave. Who knew that could happen? Oh wow! Thank you. So I'm gonna
so wait, what did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? He didn't do anything to me, y'all. He didn't traumatize me, y'all. He did.
Oh man, that is something else, man. Thank you. Oh man, thank you.
You guys have a good night.
Are you sure you don't want to sing nothing?
I don't want to sing a damn thing. You hear me?
Oh man, thank y'all so very much. You guys, love y'all. I was not playing because when he hit me up, because you said Thursday, I'm like, oh, it could happen that. And he said he'll do it. I'm like, oh, so happy. Thank y'all. We've been on here for an hour and 12 minutes. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When things get hard, please put God first. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Wiley Show. Share me on Twitter, Instagram, all your social media. Again, we've been nominated for an award for best YouTuber. Yes. So we have been nominated, and I do want to give a shout out to Boss Babe for nominating us. So make sure y'all go and vote. Also, we got the meet and greet in Las Vegas on October 6th through the 9th, 2023. This is our second annual. So make sure y'all go. Email me at wileyshowproduction@gmail.com for that. Next weekend, I'll be meeting some of the Dallas subscribers at a restaurant on February 11th at 3 p.m. So if you want to come to any of those meet and greets, please email me at wileyshowproductions@gmail.com. If you want to attend, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. We're going to go to a club that night for those that are coming out. I think we got a person coming from out of town just to come and see me. So it's going to be great and understandable. Thank you so very much. It was fun. It was fun.
You do your big one.
Yes.
You do your big one.
Yes. I need a change to know why. Okay, we are going on a radio show. I'm going to go over there and talk to y'all. But Shelly got to go. Thank you. And y'all have a good night. And we're out of here.